It's Hip Hop and R&B on 103.5 The Beat. Papa Keith live. Special guest, two brothers of mine from right here in South Florida. I mean, they're from other places, but I know them from right here in South Florida, man. They are the masterminds behind this dancehall infectious track that's out right now, taking over the world. Shake it to the max. Ladies and gentlemen, Silent Addy's in the building. Disco Neil is in the building. Welcome.
We here.
That's what's up. So let me start with you, Silent Addy over here, man. Please, if you could tell our audience a little bit of background about yourself, you know?
Silent Addy. I'm from Jamaica, based in Miami. Been DJing for mad long. I don't even know how much years I can't put my last count right now, but been doing events in Miami for years. You know, built my career here, and you know, move around the globe now.
It's amazing. Like, you know, they call you Silent Addy for a reason. You move in silence and you let your hands do the talking, right?
100, isn't it?
Absolutely. So, who gave you that name?
Years ago, I did a tour with Ching. I used to manage Ching.
Yes, I remember that.
And we did a tour, Europe tour that I put together. And the promoters was like, ask me every day, yo, you guys need to do a video to I need something to promote, you know, promote the tour and whatever. And I just never want to say nothing, but, you know, he was like, yo, you have to be in the video. So I was like, how can I be in this video without looking weird? You know, I'm not saying anything. I just going to make Ching do the talking. So I was like, yo, you know what? I just going to call myself Silent Addy. It's like I play off of Jay and Silent Bob. You know, when you say Jay and Silent Bob, him there, but him don't have to say nothing, but you just know, say, yo, it's silent. You know what I mean? So basically took from that, it did end up work. You know, everybody was like, yo, that connect. And yeah.
Absolutely, man. It definitely connected, man. It definitely connected. And then had people really give a level of respect to you, too, because in the business of dancehall music that you've mastered, you know, it's all about being vocal and, you know, and all these different things. So for you to kind of silo yourself and be like, I'm Silent Addy, and still be so successful in dancehall music, I think is a credit to your relationships and your skill set as a DJ. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I learned from the best. I mean, you know, like people like you. You know,
me?
Definitely learn from Papa Keith, half a mention Renegade.
Yeah, man, my
Super
brother.
Dupes, Bobby Chin, Bambino. It's like I had enough teachers, you know, who helped me, Walsy Fire. You know? So, I mean, I learned from the best. So
that's what's up. That's what's up. Let's take it over to Disco Neil. Disco.
Yeah, we here.
What's good, brother? How are you?
Yo, everything is blessed, my G. How's everything with you?
Can't complain. Listen, how did you get the name Disco Neil?
Disco Neil. Yo, I had a sound which you know from way back in the day called Wickedness. And one of the members that was on there with me, his name is Brandon Lee. And his father was actually the one that used to call me Disco Neil when we would be practicing, DJing at the crib and everything, and he was like, yo, started calling me Disco Neil, and it just stuck from there. And it just ran away.
Well, just for people who don't know, that's actually a classic name in the sense of that's what the Caribbean DJs used to give themselves those type of names back in the days. Yeah. So you know, the trend of disco music and then attaching your name to it. Disco, everything was disco, you know what I mean? They used to call clubs disco or discotheques.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So your name is very classic. You know what I mean? Sure. Last I saw you were heavy, aside, you know, being a selector for many years, kind of running it down south. You know, just your whole team kind of creating a real huge buzz down south, because down south we always feel has been robbed of so much, right? Everything happens more in the north part of Miami and so South Broward, right? So you guys created a name. You guys used to play at the Hungry Whale down there and in the warehouses and anywhere you could find down south, you know, because you were determined to give, you know, the South the respect it deserved, and we came down. I mean, y'all had the better women, that's for sure.
Separately, Southwest has so many legends. Have come out of Southwest. There could easily be a documentary on it.
No, for 100%. Sure. For sure.
Where Southwest side come from too.
Yeah, I know that. I know that. Stevie J, you know,
Dukes,
a lot of
Willie.
people. Willie,
So many people.
Absolutely, man. And they had the dub studio down south that I used to go to. It was probably, no disrespect to the other dub studios, it was probably the best dub studio.
We won't tell anybody.
Yeah. So we used to travel down south for the women in the dub studio.
No,
and your parties, of course. King Waggy T, another person we have
legend.
to mention. Yeah. So Disco Neil, man. So the last I remember, you had kind of dove into the visuals. You know, you were doing visuals. Could you talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, really what it was is I started out DJing, just to give them a quick rundown.
Yeah.
I started out DJing heavy, as you know, early on. And after that, I went to Full Sail. I went to school for engineering. So after the engineering, I went out and I was an engineer in the studio for probably 6-7 years with Salam Remy.
My God.
Producer. Yeah.
Legend.
Shout out to Salam.
Love Salam, man.
Yeah. So yeah, I was engineering full time for years, and then after that, linked up with Addy. We started Bashment, started doing events, and that kind of led us up to where we are now. You know.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. That's amazing.
Crazy.
Talking about where you are now, you guys are in an amazing place. I happened to turn on BET and, you know, the red carpet performances outside, and I see my brothers on the stage, with Molly performing Shake It to the Max. So y'all give the history of this connection now with the song Shake It to the Max.
Yeah, well, it started with Molly Lincoln at our studio here in Miami. We did a couple sessions. We met her at a session previous with another producer, swapped info. Then she came in for a session. We worked on like 3 songs. And then like maybe a couple months later, before she was about to go back to Africa.
So where's she from in Africa?
Ghana.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, but she was living over here at the time in Orlando. But and that's just how we ended up linking up. And the second session before she went back is when we recorded "Shake It to the Max."
Wow. Yeah. So you guys produced this record?
Yeah.
Oh, got you. What was the thought process behind this record? Because it's really an infectious beat. Like,
it's crazy because I feel like we use that word to describe it every time. Like, even when I was making the beat, like just thinking about like us talking about it too. We wanted something simple, infectious, that we're DJs first, as you know. So we wanted it to be able to work in the club, translate on the dance floor, and be that kind of a club record. So, yeah, that's really where it came about. The melody is very simple, but it works in so many different...
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen from babies to, 85-year-old women.
My show producer could attest to this. We had an event called Sounds of the Caribbean, and we had a kids dance-off.
Yes.
And the kids asked for the song.
Yeah.
Like me know it's a big tune and whatever, but I was jaw dropped.
No, that's great. That even just to get the calls from people like, yo, my 6-year-old is in the living room listening to your song and I didn't tell her about it. And
wow.
You started getting those calls and it's like, whoa, this is, you from watching records for so long, whenever you get one that could translate across the age groups like that.
Then you're onto something.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this here, because I always thought DJs made incredible producers because we have ears, right? Yeah. And we have an ear for the music and the pulse and that direct connection with the people
100.
And seeing how they react and knowing what they want and like. But not everybody's successful with it, like how you guys. I mean, how long was this process before you actually came to this point?
I mean, we've been producing records for a little while. Like we had a big record in 2019, which was "Beat Them Bad" with Vibes Cartel and
yes,
Squad. That was our beat too. So we've been producing for a little while.
You just being Salinati about it.
No, I mean, it's
we never get the proper credit for that one.
Yeah,
you know
what I'm saying. So it was like a thing where it's like if you know, you type thing. But it was cool. It was like for us, we was just so happy that that record even happened.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we just moved along and then we just kept working.
But now it's your time.
No, it's our time. That's why I said don't skip the line. Like that's what I learned from doing this thing.
Right time.
Every time your time will go forward. Don't skip the line.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, listen, man, it's paid off dearly because this song is not going anywhere, bro.
Yeah.
Remixes to it, people just having fun with it, doing their own thing to it. Sean Paul on it, my girl from Trinidad on it. Gosh, I'm getting a brain fart on her name. Bob the Builder. Gosh.
Hey, what were I talking about? Lady Love.
Lady Love.
Okay,
Yeah, how could I forget it as a Trini?
Skinny Fabulous.
Yeah, Skinny Fabulous, Lady Love.
Yeah,
Yo,
so.
how about Shaggy?
Oh,
Supposed to
wow.
post it today.
Wow. Well, can I be the first to play? Let's go.
Yo, actually, probably, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
You have the final?
I think I have to check.
All right, listen, man. An airdrop, whatever I can get it. We gonna bust it today. So now with all this attention, the spotlight on you two as producers, DJs, you know, is Molly your artist at this point now, or?
I mean, she's an artist that we work with. I wouldn't say she's our artist.
Gotcha.
She's her own entity.
Gotcha.
We're our own people, but we'll still collab. We have other records. Like we worked on probably like 6-7 different records.
Is the phone ringing off the hook now? Like for people wanting to work with you?
It's definitely opened a lot of doors at the same time. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of people hitting up. A lot of people want to work, but yeah, it's just because of the success of the song. And
God, I feel I'm with Chad and Pharrell right now.
the new age. I mean, they're huge inspiration still.
Yeah, for real, because I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. So I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just maybe surprised at like how it took so long, but now, you guys are explaining the story to me, you know?
Yeah. Everything in timing, because enough of this was trial and error. All the records that we put out before this, we learned something.
Each time.
Every time.
Yeah.
Learned something and it got better and better.
Yeah.
So if we never have that experience of producing and working up to this point, there wouldn't be a Shake It to the Max.
Yeah.
Right.
I have like over hundreds of records that we what we made, and they're just sitting on a hard drive and they'll never come out. But those were just we're practicing.
Wow.
And that's how it is if you really look at it in the music industry.
I'm pretty sure we can find some hit songs.
I'm sure too. But let's talk about you, just as far as I can see, because I mean you're silent, but he's even silenter Disco Neil, right? That's a word. I've seen you, like with Diplo, obviously Walshy and different people who already have been producing at a high level. You mentioned Salam Remy. So now, like, you're here at this point. What are your peers? What are those people saying to you?
I mean, definitely getting the recognition. I mean, like, that's always said, being around these people is a huge blessing, too. Because I learned a lot from people like Diplo. Just even being around him and seeing how far you can take it as a DJ producer. He opened up my eyes to a lot of this, you know what I'm saying? So to what we're doing today, you know what I'm saying? We just doing it our way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, getting respect from the legends, I feel like was like the biggest, blessing out of this.
Yeah.
Like, they knew us, like we knew Sean Paul, we knew met Shaggy before, I think, but it's a different level of respect because the man, them understand what we've accomplished, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Bounty Killer giving us the love, Bojo, everybody,
Yeah, because they're seeing y'all record fly past them and respectfully. And making the charts, so, and they remember you guys from playing their records.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I'm saying, we definitely want to work with them too. So it's like, it just open the door and now they're like, oh yeah, man, you're worthy. You know
yeah.
You got the strike.
You've earned it.
Yeah, we earned the strike.
Well, I would love to see that, man. I guess the biggest and closest example, that we would have, it would be Dups, just coming from, being in our era, playing the music, producing, dancehall, and then moving on to produce like world hits and Justin Bieber and all these different kind of things. But I see that and even more for you guys.
No, I appreciate that.
Really,
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It's the beginning. I feel like it took so much years to get here, but now it just started. Like real work. You know what I'm saying? So.
That's amazing. So what do you guys have planned next? Like, what is, like, now that you have this song out, what are you guys looking at now?
I mean, honestly, we just been working in the studio doing sessions with all these artists, the artists that we wanted to work with, and traveling a lot. So like we were in Paris, we just did sessions out there with artists from there. So
wow,
we're we're traveling a lot around the world and getting different vibes and kind of bringing everything together. So yeah, definitely look out for a lot of new music.
That's what's up.
And we have some fire records right now, like crazy. Not even just to hype it up, but like we've been blessed with some really crazy records, with some popping artists.
Right.
So, I feel like the work just a start now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we don't even really lock in yet, and we have these gems already, ready.
Yeah.
So the one of the major things that what we're doing now is building out our brand Bashment, which will be basically our platform to help promote, Caribbean culture, but in a cool way. You know what I'm saying?
So it's called Bashment.
Bashment.
Yeah.
That's our brand.
So is there a website or somewhere you want to send everybody to kind of get an understanding?
I mean, they could check out the bashment.shop for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
great.
At Bashment on Instagram.
Got
That's
you.
where we're going to be posting most of what we got going on.
That's what's up. The Bashment crew in the building. Silent Addy is here. Disco Neil, my brothers. Listen, these are the most important and exciting interviews I've ever done. Like when people ask me about who my favorite interviews, it'd be my people. When I'm able to talk to them when they, when they make it to these levels, and I could invite them like I would any other artist to come and talk to me. Like this warms my heart, man. I'm like so proud of y'all brothers, and nobody can't tell me nothing because I seen it. I seen the work put in. I seen the patience. I seen the ups and downs, and you know what I'm saying, and how you maneuver through, the BS to be sitting where you sitting right now, just like anybody else.
Full circle moment.
You know what I mean? Full circle moment.
Been listening to Papa Keith for years. Like,
Really?
don't even know.
Nah, man. Y'all are my brothers, man. I'm very excited for you. This is home, so when the next big one come, you come and talk to me. You bring any artist you want to bring. You have our full support. We're going to support your music as best as we can. All right?
Trust me, Keith, I just want to say this. I know, sir, we could have called you a long time once. Like, Keith, we need an interview, for promote a song or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We never skip the line. We wait for the right time. You know what I'm saying? This is the right time.
Nah, man, for sure, man. Silent Addy, man. Enough respect. Disco Neil, love my brother, all right?
Always.
Y'all continue.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Respect.